Manga. Let's talk about it. What's up guys, Swifty back again with another video, and today, as you can tell from the title, I'm here to talk about a manga series that I'm really interested in and I wanted to share with you guys. But I also wanted to introduce two more series that I picked up along the way that, are worth talking about. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So to start things off, the first series I want to talk about is The Eminence in Shadow, which is kind of a small volume, to be honest, compared to the rest of the one. I don't know if it will like focus. There we go. It's kind of like a small volume in comparison to other ones. But yeah, this series, as you can tell from the cover, it looks pretty generic, to be honest, because in ways it kind of is, but at the same time, that's what it kind of uses in its humor. Yeah, this is a series that is supposed to be sort of humorous, but I'll get to that in a second. But this is a series that I just saw on Amazon, to be honest, and it was there, and I was like, hey, let me see if I can find something interesting to read that I haven't heard of yet. And I read a synopsis for this and I thought, hey, it might be a fun read, so I decided to get it. It's what I wanted to do more nowadays, rather than like go off like strict reviews for stuff and review scores to see anything. I kind of wanted to take it back to when, everyone was younger. I don't know how old you guys watching the video are, but I don't know, if you wanted to buy a game or buy a book, you'd go to a library. You go to a bookstore, you go to a game store, and you just kind of look at the covers and read the blurb or synopsis of whatever the series was on the back, and then you would see if it was worth reading or not. And that's what I wanted to do with this. This is, it's not by no means like an amazing thing to read, but it's just like a little funny kind of series to read. So basically the synopsis is, there's a character, it's an isekai, by the way, if you can tell already by the cover, you can tell, this bloody isekai, they always look like this. But yeah, he's a guy who basically wanted to be a strong person, but behind the scenes, he doesn't want to be like the big hero that everybody notices. He wants to be the strongest, but nobody knows that he's the strongest. And in real life, he's trying to train and do all this crazy stuff. But then things happen and he gets reincarnated in another world, and he's basically 10 times as strong as he ever thought he would be. But then he's like a super crazy hero, but he sticks behind the scenes and pretends that he's a nobody. And that's his whole goal, to be a nobody to everybody else, but save the world behind the scenes. And he starts up an organization, but he doesn't take anything seriously. He thinks it's all a joke, but the people that he's recruited actually take everything seriously, and that's kind of the humor around the show. But yeah, I said show, the series, it's not anime yet. And maybe it will become an anime, who knows. But yeah, the Eminence in Shadow, it's decent. So if you're looking for something light and fun to read, I suggest checking this one out. Now the next one, this one actually is one I'm very much interested in and want to finish. And there is another series by the same author that I need to get onto, but that's the only reason why I actually found out about this series in the first place, just because the other one was out of stock. And that is by Omega. Now this, if you're into dark sci-fi stories, then this is it, man. Like, the artwork in this manga is incredible, and the story itself is very, I don't know how to describe it. It's a very somber, very moody, dark, brooding story. There isn't too much dialogue, to be very honest with you, but it really overcomes, it doesn't, not say overcomes that, it just really is very captivating from the visuals and just the way the story is going and the mystery behind the world and the way it is. This main character on the front there, he's basically like a cyborg, and he's tasked with making sure that they exterminate these zombie-like things from different sectors on Earth, because there was a breakout, and then they sort of have these guys to get rid of that. And he himself has this particular mission that not everybody knows about. He's part of a secret organization, and they have their own mission to complete, but then there's other cyborgs and stuff like that that are not part of his group, that there's a conflict there. It's very it's not easy to explain what the story is like, because there are some layers to it, but definitely this is something to read if you're really interested in some sci-fi and some really good artwork. Definitely check this one out. But yeah, the series that I wanted to read before this was Blame. I don't know if anybody you've heard about it, but I think it's quite a well-known series. I think it's finished by now, which I wanted to get the volumes, the physical ones, but it was sold out. So I was like, damn. But one day I'll get volume 1 and I'll start reading that one too. I heard it's just as much as good as this one, if not better. But yeah, and he also has another series. I forgot the name of the other one, but I might put just a volume 1 cover on it and the name. It looked really cool as well. And I'm really into sci-fi, so this is just my shit. So anyway, on to the next one. Now, last but not least, this is a series that was introduced to me by some friends actually. Calm, if you're watching this video. Thank you. But yeah, if you're on the Shonen Jump app, you may have seen this series before. You may have not read it, but I highly suggest reading it, and it is Black Torch. Now, can I zoom in? There we go. Okay, Black Torch is like this. When I said artwork in the other one, I really mean that in this one as well, because the artist for this one, I even had to go so far as to just go find this guy on Twitter and follow him, just because the artwork is in this series is crazy. This is an action shonen manga, so you already know what time it is. There's gonna be a lot of action, there's gonna be a lot of fighting, there's gonna be a lot of powers. But first and foremost, the artwork is really the highlight of this entire series. It is fun. It does have some fun and interesting characters to follow, lovely character designs. But yeah, the action scenes are really, they feel so energetic in the way that they're drawn. So you can really follow them and imagine like the animation in your head, to be honest with you. But the only thing is, it has 5 volumes and it's completely finished. I read the whole thing a few days ago, all in one sitting, to be honest with you. I read like chapter 1 and stuff like that, like a month ago, but I finally got all the physical volumes and I said, you know, I'm just gonna go and binge the whole thing. You might be noticing that I am missing volume 2. I'm gonna put a picture up of the volume 2 cover, and you can assume why it's completely sold out and I can't find it. Which is a shame, but one day I'll find it. One day I'll find that volume and I'll complete the set. But yeah, this is a really cool series. It's one of my favorites now. It's not like the most revolutionary story or unique kind of premise ever. It's just really just a regular shonen manga. I'm still used to calling it manga because I'm really new to like reading manga and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a very cool series. That's the word for it. So it does everything that you've seen before, but it just does it in such a cool way, and it's presented in such an amazing way. I can't stress how much the art in this manga is amazing. So yeah, I finished the whole thing, and the saddest thing about this is I think it was cut short, to be honest with you. I don't know whether it's by Shonen Jump themselves or by the author. I heard both. I heard it was cancelled, but it does have an ending to it. But also I heard it was sort of rushed to the end because the author wanted to focus on his new series, which is called Heart Gear, which I'll talk about in a second because I'm reading that right now and it's woo. But yeah, because at the end of the final volume, there's sort of like it posts every character at the end and a big paragraph just detailing what they're doing next after the ending of this story. And there's so much information and there's so much that could happen if they continued the series, that it just leaves me sad at the end because I was just reading it thinking, man, I could have been reading all this amazing stuff that was supposed to happen with all these characters, like new reveals about their history, their past, new powers and new things they do, new people they meet. But you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's still an enjoyable read from start to finish. It's short, it's 5 volumes, 19 chapters. The chapters are really long. They're like 50 to 60 pages long each. So yeah, that's why there's 5 volumes at 19 chapters. But it is it's gold, man. It's really cool, and I really cherish the fact that I actually have these physical volumes with me now, because I can always remember how good this is. So yeah, but yeah, to talk about the series that he's working on next, it's called Heart Gear. If you've never seen it, go check it out. It's more of a sci-fi story than this one is. It's based after a time where there was a World War III and the entire planet has been devastated and there's not really any more humans left. And there's this one girl who's the main character who's a human, but everybody she knows is android, because they basically made a lot of advanced technology and it had AI do a lot of stuff for them. So there's all these androids on the earth. Some are good and some they call insane androids, insane droids or something like that. Basically the ones that have lost their meaning and they just sort of go out and do crazy shit. And most of them are like battle oriented, so they're very violent and they're very dangerous. And this main character, this girl, has to navigate the world with them in it and a couple of her friends. So Again, amazing artwork in that one because it's the same author, and it's brilliant, man. So that is it for all the manga that I've been reading recently. There are more that I've got. Actually, let me see. I did get this Vagabond, this big version, which is, I couldn't really find any ones that are like individual volumes. I don't even know if this is a combination of different volumes or if this is literally, oh yeah, 1 and 3. So yeah, there's 3 volumes in one. I couldn't find like individual volumes of them, but I heard this is not that bad, and I did check the page quality because I know a lot of people complain about these sort of 3-in-1s, especially for like One Piece and stuff like that, where the paper quality isn't really that good. But for this one, it's actually pretty cool. It seems pretty decent and very of quality, so I'm glad I got this one. But I'm going to read it and I'm going to talk about it later. But yeah, there's some other ones here that I will keep hush hush about. But in the end, yeah, that's what I've been doing so far. I'm definitely on the lookout for a lot more series that haven't been heard of, because I wanted to share here like things that you may not have heard of, because it'd be easy for me to come on here and just talk about all the manga that everybody already knows about, but I don't think that would make for too much of a informative or interesting video, to be honest, because you already know about it, so what's the point? But anyway, yeah, I mean, I know Vagabond is a well-known series anyway. It's known, a lot of people talk about this one, but yeah, that's it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would really help me out. I know a lot of people say that, but it actually really does help out. It puts me in the algorithm that just, I guess, because if you like the video, it puts me in the algorithm for other people who like similar content, and then they can see my video and then they can click like, and then their friend, you know what I mean, how it keeps going. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.